Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to Multi-Maker Studios. I'm John Washington. Now, today we're going to be working with a new tutorial that goes something like this.
Mexican, Greek, Italian Ranger power!
So, what we have here is Brandon morphing into a Power Ranger. In case you all do not know what he said Mexican, Greek, Italian Ranger power, which is his ethnicity, and then he just transforms into this guy with a hoodie, and he's holding a phone. I guess his phone is his new morpher. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and go to the footage folder and just drop in our footage into the new composition. And of course you see Brandon in front of the green screen right here, and we're going to do what we did in the last tutorial. We just choose Effect, Key Light, and you're going to click on the eyedropper tool, and we'll just knock out that green screen. Looks pretty good right there. The screen pre-blur, we'll set it to about 2.5. Screen matte. The clip black let's turn it up to about 35. So most of the black is shown right here. You don't see any blotches. And the clip white, about 75. So when we turn on our screen matte in the view, you can see that there's no blotches inside Brandon right here. No fadey spots. And then, there's no faded spots in the background. So I'm just going to click on final result right there, and that pretty much does it right there. But we're going to add just a few more adjustments right here. I'm going to choose simple choker, and let's set it to 1. Alright, it looks pretty decent. Alright, now next what we're going to do is add in our background. What I have is a vector image. It's kind of like fuchsia, purplish looking color, and looks like a bunch of light rays. What we're going to do is we're going to make these light rays move. So in order for us to do that, first let's drop in this vector image as our background. Sorry about that. There we go, and we'll just go ahead and resize it just a little bit. And the reason why I'm maximizing this, resizing it all the way out of the composition, is because we're going to animate it. We're going to make it spin. And you see when it spins, you can still see a little bit of the blackness right there. So we don't want that to be shown. So we're just going to keep on resizing it until we get somewhat of a good just a little bit more, and there we go. Looks pretty good. Alright, now that our vector image is set, we're going to add a few adjustments. And as you see in the morphing sequence, the background is blue. So we're going to make this blue. Or you can just make it any other color. So I'm just going to choose Effect, Color Correction, Tint, Effect, Color Correction, Curves. And we'll just keep the tint amount to 100%. We'll go to the RGB in the blue channel, and we're going to bring it up just a little bit. And then go to the RGB, and then darken it up a bit. Yeah, it looks quite decent right there, like that. Now, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to hit R. And what I'm going to do is animate our vector background. So set a keyframe for the rotation at the beginning of the footage, and then at the very end I'll type in 4, which is going to show how many times it's spinning, and then let's say about 220. So then if I render this out, and you see how it's spinning. Got a good spin right there.
Mexican, Greek, Italian Ranger power!
So far, this looking pretty good. We can go ahead and move on forward here. and we'll just go ahead and drop in our morpher. What I did is that I photoshopped a morpher. I grabbed an image of a morpher online under Google. You could find it anywhere. And then once I put it into Photoshop, I just used the mask tool and just clicked out the rest of the background, deleted the middle, the little medallion, and then I just used the top and then the bottom pieces of the morpher, and then made it to what it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop in our morpher above the footage, and we'll just resize that just a little bit. Bring it out even more. And okay, that looks pretty good. And you see Brandon is still like, you can still see half of his body at the bottom of the morpher, but we're going to get to that in just a few. But first, we're going to add a little adjustments to our morpher. So we're going to choose Effect, Perspective, Drop Shadow, and we'll just bring the opacity up to say about 60. And then the distance to about, let's say, 25. And then the softness, we'll bring it up just a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to add, we'll add just a, probably a good curves adjustment, just a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, now next what we're going to do is we're